What's up YouTube, welcome back to another video on my channel Skotrix, and today as you can see we are back on NBA 2K21 current gen for another build guide video. And in today's video I'm going to be showing y'all how to build the best glass cleaning finisher build in NBA 2K21 current gen. This is a super good all around big man build. It has amazing finishing, amazing defense, amazing playmaking, and amazing physicals. It's not really much of a shooting build, it's more of an inside build than an outside build, but honestly you really don't need to be able to shoot when you can just dunk on everybody anyways, and this build can dunk on everybody. Super good build, and I'm going to show y'all how to build it right here. But before we get into that, I just want to mention really quickly, if y'all have not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you click that sub button. Only about 2% of people who watch my videos are actually subbed to my channel, so if you click that sub button right now, you can join the 2% gang. And I also stream on my second YouTube channel and Twitch. The links to those will be down in the description below, so make sure you go check me over there if you enjoy watching streams. But with all that being said, without any further ado, let's get right into the video here. Alright, so on this first screen right here, nothing really matters too much. The only thing that's important is you want your position to be a power forward. The hand, jersey number, name, none of that really matters too much. You can set that up however you want. As long as you have your position at power forward, then you can just go ahead and click continue. Now for the skill breakdown right here, you want to go down to the blue and red one. This one right here, blue and red, finishing and defense. You can see your stats for this are already looking really good, but they're going to get so much better as we go through the next few slides. So don't get too caught up on it right now. Just take this pie chart right here, blue and red, go ahead and say yes. Now for the physicals profile right here, you're going to want to go ahead and go down to the balanced pie chart right at the bottom. This is the one that's perfectly balanced between all three categories. This is so that you can get a really good balance between strength, speed, and vertical, which are all really important for a build like this. So with this pie chart, you have a super good variety of those three, and that's really what you want to have for this build. So this is the pie chart that you want to take right here, the bottom one, the balanced one. Just go ahead and say yes. Now for the attribute and badge distribution for this build, first off for the finishing right here, you're going to want to go ahead and max out your driving layup, driving dunk, standing dunk, your close shot as well, and then you want to put your post hook up right here until you get 24 finishing badges right there. So put your post hook up to a 50 to go along with the maxed out attributes in these other categories right here. You're going to be a super good finisher with this build. These are going to go up even a lot from where they are right now, so don't get too caught up on these. They are going to go up a ton. Just set up your finishing just like this and you're going to be good, trust me, just like this. Then you can go down, you just want to skip shooting. Like I said, not much of a shooting build right here, but honestly you're really not going to need too much shooting. What you lack in shooting you'll more than make up with in finishing, and it's really hard to make a big man build that can finish and shoot. It's basically impossible this year, so you got to pick one or the other. And for this build, finishing, and I think finishing overall is better than shooting big mans in this game. So that's how I'm setting up this one, and that's how I recommend you guys set it up as well. Trust me, you'll be able to dunk on everybody. You won't need to be able to shoot. Then you can go down to the playmaking right here. For the playmaking, you just want to max out absolutely everything just like that, and then you can actually move your post moves down 1 to a 71 without losing any playmaking badges. If you move that down any further, you lose the playmaking badge. You don't want that. You're going to want those 13 playmaking badges. So right there, just like that, 71 post moves with the maxed out ball handle and maxed out pass accuracy. That's how you're going to want to set up the playmaking. And then you can go down to the defense right here. For the defense, you're going to want to max out interior defense, steal, block, and both rebounds just like that. And then you do have 18 extra attributes. What I recommend doing with these is just splitting them between lateral and perimeter, so you get those both up to 55, and that will give you 22 defense badges. But you can really put these remaining attributes wherever you want. You can max out perimeter and not touch lateral, or you can max out lateral and not touch perimeter, but I like bouncing them out perfectly so that it's 55 in each, and that'll just help you guard on the perimeter a little bit more in case you're switched onto a guard or you're playing on the perimeter against a build like this, which is more of a slasher build and starts off on the perimeter. It'll just help you out to have a little bit of perimeter defense and a little bit of lateral quickness, and with 22 defense badges, that's going to be more than enough. You'll have no problem at all playing defense with this build. It really is a lockdown build, super good, and these stats are even going to get so much better as we go through the next few slides, especially the wingspan. So just set up the defense just like this, and that's going to be really good. 22 defense to go along with your 13 playmaking, 1 shooting, and 24 finishing. That's how you want to set up the attributes. Once you have them all set up just like this, you can go ahead and click continue. Then for the body shape, this doesn't matter. You can really set it up however you want. It doesn't change the build, doesn't change how the attributes are or the badges. All it does is change how the build looks. So you can really pick whichever one you like the look of the best. For me, I'll probably just take defined because I like how it looks the best for big man builds. Then I'm just going to go ahead and say continue. Now for the height right here, you do want to leave this at 6'9". If you go up to 6'10", you lose some finishing. You're not going to get as many contact dunks, and really nothing too good goes up. You lose some playmaking. Your defense, some of it goes down, some of it goes up. Really not worth it to gain just 1 extra inch. When you're going to lose so many attributes just for that 1 inch, it's not worth it. And you don't want to go any lower, because even though some of your attributes do go up a little bit, it's not worth it. You're not going to have as easy of a time guarding big man builds. If you're going up against a post scorer and you're 6'7", you're going to get absolutely cooked. So you want to be 6'9" right here. This is the perfect height, perfect balance between defense, finishing, attributes, height, everything. 6'9", perfect height for this build. Go ahead and say yes. Now for the weight right here, you do actually want to bring this down a few pounds so that you can get your speed up. You just want to bring it down all the way right here to 216 pounds. This will lose a little bit of strength, but not too much. You still have a 72 strength, which is enough. And it will also put your speed up to a 72, acceleration up to a 70, and vertical up to a 79, which is all really, really good right there. And it also brings your driving dunk up by 1, which is cool as well. So 216 pounds, that's the perfect sweet spot right there. If you bring it even 1 pound lower, you lose the strength. 1 pound higher, you lose the speed. So you don't want that. 216, perfect spot right there for the weight. Go ahead and say yes. Now for the wingspan right here, you just want to max this out. This is by far the best wingspan for this build. It brings up your defense by a ton. Your block goes up by 7. Your rebounds go up by 5 each. And your finishing goes up a ton as well. Your dunk goes up by 3. Your standing dunk goes up by 6 all the way to max. Your close shot goes up a little bit. So really, really good right here. The only thing that you lose is a 3-point shot, which you really can't shoot anyways. And a post fade, which again, you can't really shoot those anyways. So maximum wingspan right here is super, super good for this build. 91 inches, that's where you want to be. Go ahead and say yes. Now for the takeover, this is personal preference. You have the option between the glass cleaner, rim protector, and slasher takeovers. For me, I'm probably just going to take the slasher, but you can take whichever one fits your playstyle the best. It's really up to you, just personal preference. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and take the slasher, say yes, and as you can see right here, boom, glass cleaning finisher, shades of Sean Kemp, Zion Williamson, and Aaron Gordon. So there you guys go. That is how you build the best glass cleaning finisher in NBA 2K21 current gen. Now I'm going to take a quick second and show you guys how to put on the badges for this build. I recommend you stick around for this. It'll only take a second or two, and hopefully it'll help you out make the build as good as possible, and also give you an idea of which type of badges are good for a build like this and which type of badges you can probably avoid. So I recommend you stick around for this. But first off, I'll just show you the final attributes right here. You can pause the video, screenshot this if you want to, but these are the final attributes for the build. Boom, now onto the badges right here. First off, for the finishing badges, you're going to want to go ahead and get Contact Finisher all the way up to Hall of Fame. Obviously, that's a very, very good badge. Relentless Finisher all the way up to Hall of Fame. Fancy Footwork just onto Silver. Acrobat just onto Silver as well. Slithery Finisher all the way up to Hall of Fame. Lob City Finisher all the way up to Hall of Fame. And then with these last few badges right here, you do have a bit of personal preference, but for me, since I set a lot of screens with builds like this, I like to put on Pick and Roller all the way up to Gold. And that was my last badge right here. I'm just going to put it into Consistent Finisher. But again, with those last 4, you really do have some personal preference. A few other good badges would be maybe Pro Touch, or Cross Key Scorer is also a decent badge to put on to either Bronze or Silver. Cross Key Scorer is decent, but this is how I'm going to set up the badges right here for this build. This is by far the best way to set it up in my opinion. Again, like I said, those last 4 do have some personal preference, but this is a really, really good way to set up the badges. So I'm going to go ahead and say yes, just like that. Now for the shooting badge, this really doesn't matter. You can really put it into whatever you want. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and put it into Slippery Off Ball because it will help you get around people when you're cutting for lobs, so you don't get caught up on them and do that stupid animation when you go for lobs where you don't even really attempt to dunk it. You just jump up in the air and the ball flies by you. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. If you play this game, you've seen that animation before. And if you get Slippery Off Ball, you're going to slither by people a little bit better when you're cutting for lobs instead of getting those stupid contacts. So this is a decent badge. Even though it's not really much of a shooting badge, you really don't need any of these shooting badges anyways since you can't really shoot on this build. So just put it into Slithery Off Ball, or Slippery Off Ball, sorry, and that's how you're going to want to set that up. Then go ahead and say yes. Now for the playmaking badges right here, first off, you're going to want to go ahead and get Unpluckable all the way up to Gold, Needle Threader all the way up to Gold, Quick First Step all the way up to Gold, Downhill all the way up to Gold, and then Break Starter just onto Bronze, just like that. This is the best way to set up the playmaking badges. Downhill is a super, super underrated badge for a build like this. Super, super good. You get the rebound, you get going in transition, you're going to be going coast to coast super, super fast, especially since you have decent ball handle with this build. Trust me, you're going to be flying. Downhill is a super, super good badge for this build, and all these other ones are pretty universally good badges for any build, so that's why I recommend setting up the playmaking just like that. Boom. Now for the defense badges right here, first off, you're going to want to go ahead and get Clamps onto Bronze, Chase Down onto Bronze, Intimidator all the way up to Hall of Fame, Rebound Chaser and Rim Protector all the way up to Hall of Fame as well, then Interceptor onto Gold, Heart Crusher onto Silver. Then if you set screens, you can invest into Brick Wall with the remainder of your badges right here. If you don't set a lot of screens, you can go ahead and invest into some different badges. For me, the best badges to invest into would be Box onto Bronze, Worm onto Bronze, and Pogo Stick onto Bronze, just like that. But again, if you do set a lot of screens, put Brick Wall on instead of those last 3. But if you don't, this is going to be the best way to set up the defense badges for this build. This really covers all bases for defense. You're going to be a super, super good all-around defender just like this. Set up your badges just like this, and you will be absolutely amazing at defense. So this is how you're going to want to go ahead and say yes. And there you guys go. That is how you build the best glass cleaning finisher in NBA 2K21 current gen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe to my channel if you're new. Like I said, only 2% of people who watch my videos are actually subbed to my channel. So if you click that subscribe button right now, you can join the 2% gang. I really, really appreciate it. And also, like I said, I stream on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously on my second YouTube channel. So make sure you go check those out as well. The links to those will be in the description below. But anyways, that's going to be it. All right. Peace.